talking too much.
Okay, and I can cut all this part out or whatever.
Okay.
We need to sit it there. That's
Okay, cool.
So I like this. Let's just talk. Let's just talk.
Exactly.
Okay, so you were saying that. Well, first of all, thank you for having me.
Of course.
I appreciate.
Oh my God, I appreciate you.
We are all busy, so thank you.
Absolutely.
So, you said NITJUAN.
NITJUAN. So my first name is Juanita, and so I just took my name and flipped it. It's so funny. A friend of mine that I used to work with used to call me NITJUAN, and I was just like, that's so cute because it's my name flipped, and I fell in love with it, and so I just kept it. And so, and because I am a designer, that's where the designs came from. Now, where we're sitting now is your Reiki Relief. This is where I do my Reiki, my sound therapy, my holistic practice. And do they come together? Absolutely. Like I can't do one without the other. Everything that I make, I infuse with Reiki energy because why not?
Why not?
Like, why would I not share the love that I have for other human beings with them?
That's right. That's
so,
right.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Wow. And I see you just skipped over. You said you are a designer. Don't skip over that part now.
So the funny thing is that I went to FIT. I was in my 30s. I went to FIT. I've always been a big girl, and so I wanted to make clothes because there was no good clothes out there for me. And so I studied fashion design. But then one summer I took a class, and it was a class on how to knot silk thread between pearls. Girl, that was it. Like fashion be gone.
That sounds scary.
No, it was beautiful. Oh my God. And so the thing with fashion is that everything is just very precise and everything, and that's not how my brain works.
Right.
Like I need flow. And so when I got to jewelry, I'm like, I can make this do this, this do this. It's just like now my specialty is crocheted wire, and people are like, how do you do that? It's like, cause that's how my brain works.
Wow.
Like, so yeah, so that's where the design comes from.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So you have a creative spirit, and not even just like you can just. Well, I was gonna say not even, but yeah, you see the beauty in things, and
Absolutely.
you are a creator.
Oh my God, yeah.
And you are a transfer of energy as well, because fashion, you're transferring your
Same
energy
thing,
from up here
exactly.
to creating a design.
Exactly. So when people come to me and they have a dress or something and they want something to go with it, that's just so up my alley because it's everything that I studied, and so I can really put something together for them. Like I do a ton of different weddings and wedding jewelry and that sort of thing, and I love it.
Wow.
I love creating for other people, and specifically once I know their energy, that I feel like I can tap into something that somebody else can't, you know, and I love that.
Oh
Love
my
it.
goodness
Yeah.
gracious. Wow, I just learned something new about you.
Good.
Oh
I'm
my
so glad.
gosh.
I'm so
Wow.
glad.
And I also heard you say like you went to school in your 30s. Like, I feel like sometimes like we get caught up in numbers and I'm too old, or I should have did this when I was younger. But
Girl, let me tell you, I got my BA when I was 48.
wow.
And my BA, because it took me a while to understand what it is that I wanted to do in the world. What was my purpose? I mean, you can't just at 18 go to college and be like, this is what I'm going to do.
Right.
I actually turned down a scholarship because I didn't know what I was going to do. Right? And so when I was in my 40s, I went back to school and I studied health, arts, and science. Everything that I love.
Oh my
what?
goodness.
I'm just like, what are you saying to me, universe? I can do this? And oh my God, it's like the best thing I've ever done for myself.
Wow.
It's exactly what got me where I am today. Exactly. I mean, I am on path. I am doing what I'm supposed to do in life, and I know this. And I just like, what else could I ask for? Right? It's like that, when they talk about how you get up every day and you don't feel like you gotta go to work. That's how I feel. I mean, am I tired sometimes getting up? Am I frustrated sometimes? Absolutely. But I love day to day everything that I do.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Everything, yeah.
So you are, you went from like dreaming about your passion to living it.
Absolutely.
To living it. And it's possible. It's not.
It is absolutely possible. And again, I'm not going to, make it look all pretty. Sometimes it's tough. It's tough, but you know what? If you know that you're on path, it makes it much better. And you know the universe got your back, so it's just like, just keep it moving. Like, just do it. Just do it. And that's what I do.
I need to take a shot of crystal water.
What? Exactly. Like, just do it. And sometimes it takes me a while to get things done. Absolutely. But if it's on the list, it's going to get done.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So you're manifesting, you know.
I'm all about manifesting.
Oh my goodness.
All about manifesting. And it's so funny because everybody that's around me, everybody's in my circle, doing the same thing, but in their own way. And that's what I appreciate. I appreciate somebody saying, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to get. Right? And yeah, it doesn't mean that you have it right away, but you know that it's for you. So it's going to come to you. The energy you put out, you're going to get it right back.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is going to touch somebody. Somebody
hope so.
needs to hear
hope
that.
so.
You out here sending out energy right now.
It is so true. It is so true though. I mean, that's the thing. If once we understand what it means to move in faith, and I am not a church person, so let me just say that. Once we know what it's like to move in faith, to know that the universe has your back, then you just allow. You just allow. You really do surrender. And just do what you got to do. It's not like the universe is going to take care of you. You're going to sit in your ass and do nothing.
That's right.
That's not going to happen. You got to make it work. And I'm all about work. Like, I don't know how to be still. Like, I don't know how to not do. Right? And sometimes you can overdo. So you just got to understand what that balance is.
That's right.
And know when it says, okay, that's not really right. And so I'm going to let that go and move on to the next thing on the list. Because my list is so long, girl. I'm like, do I have enough time to get all this done in this life? Like, my list is long, and I'm just like, I'm going for it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You're just doing it. Oh my goodness.
That's it.
And you know, that is the life of, you know, I'm not even gonna say small business. I'm not even gonna put that parameter on a business owner, right?
Thank you.
That you're constantly creating, you're constantly challenging yourself. Like, that's the exciting part.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And my challenge may not be a challenge for somebody else. Like, it's a challenge for me to still figure out damn TikTok. Right? Like, I got so many followers and I'm still not sure how to use the form. So like, and my challenge, it won't be somebody else's challenge, and vice versa. So, and hopefully we can find a way to come together and help each other on these challenges, you know? Because I think, you know, what we're here for really is to support each other one way or another in life. Bottom line, that's what we're here for, whether we want to do that or not. And two, when you're raised to be so independent, and you really do forget, you block it out that, oh my, I need somebody. You think you can do it all your own, and you can't. And the hardest thing is coming to terms with that and actually getting to the point where it's like, can you help me? That's the hardest thing. That was my hardest lesson, to ask for help.
Really?
The hardest lesson. Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely.
So how did you, like, break through that?
I started with friends, people that I know wouldn't reject me unless they had to.
Woo! This is a therapy session right there.
What? It's my truth, like baby steps. Like, I can't just put myself on the line for anybody. But at this point now, if I feel like there was somebody that bought some bowls for me today, and I loved her energy. First time I met her, I'm just like, I want to work with you. But she's doing other things, again, different frequencies, and let's bring these frequencies together and help some people.
That's right.
Because we can't do it all alone.
That's right.
So I'm all about collaborations.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to pause it right here to just see how I went. Oh my goodness. All right. Perfect. Wow. So you shared a lot. And like I said, we won't probably end up doing a multi-part series just on this Juanita.
Thank you so much. That's adorable.
So can you describe what Reiki is? Because, you know, I think I kind of know what it is, but a lot of people don't know what it is, and they don't know how it could be helpful to them, and they have some preconceived notions about what they think it might be.
Hello. Exactly. So there's a few different ways to explain what Reiki is. First of all, and hear this, we all have the ability to do Reiki from birth. Let's just start there, right? It's just another hands-on healing modality. Every culture has a hands-on healing modality. The one that I happen to know happens to be out of Japan, called Reiki. If you go to Egypt, it's called Seihaki. It's all a hands-on healing. For us, like the miracles that Jesus did for people who go to church, the hands-on healing, it's the same difference.
Laying hands.
Exactly, it's the same difference. So that's one way to describe Reiki. Another way to describe Reiki for me is like the love that we have in our heart for other human beings and things that we share.
Wow,
right?
wow.
Another way to look at Reiki is that it works on 3 levels: the mental, emotional, the physical, and the spiritual. Not the religious, the spiritual. So those are the 3 different ways that I would describe Reiki depending on who I was speaking with.
Wow, wow. So with Reiki, I'm just thinking about some things that I've heard people say or like, had questions about. It's not voodoo.
Absolutely not voodoo.
And that's a whole different conversation.
Oh,
We ain't gonna have
absolutely
voodoo
not today.
Let's
Totally
just shut
something
about voodoo,
different.
but that's a whole nother
Girl.
conversation. It is not conjuring spirits.
Thank you.
Okay, because
It is not a cult. It is not a religion.
there you go.
It is a standalone healing modality.
Right, right. So you could
Very
be
much like, I don't know, acupuncture, acupressure, same difference. It's just a different frequency that you're using, that's all.
Right. Okay. And I like that you said acupressure too. So you're basically you're moving
energy
without
period.
physically touching.
Exactly. You work above the body. Now here's the key. You're working above the body and you're working in the auric field. The reason we do that here in the US is because we're capitalists, you see. And unless you are a doctor or a nurse or somebody that has various licenses, you cannot legally touch somebody without their okay.
Wow.
So in fact, they actually have strengthened our abilities because we have to work in the auric field.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't that incredible?
What?
Exactly.
What?
So if you go to Japan, they're gonna touch you.
They're gonna touch
They're
you.
gonna touch you, but not here in the U.S.
Wow, I never knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, capitalism. It's just in everything.
It touches every part of our lives whether we know it or not.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, you just teaching me today.
That's-
I know you said
I'm
you're a
glad.
teacher, and I'm receiving the lessons.
Good. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm happy.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that just like blew my mind. Like.
So, but if you're a U.S. if you're doing Reiki in the U.S., remember to ask for permission to touch them.
Wow.
And
okay.
there are instances where you need to touch somebody.
Right.
So yeah, you just ask for permission.
I didn't even know that was an option.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was just how it went across the board. Like,
Nope.
wow.
Go to another country and get Reiki. You'll be like, what? What is this a massage? I didn't ask for a massage. Yeah.
Thank you for that, because I'm going to definitely put that in my mental Rolodex.
You're very welcome. And let me just give you some other information too. So now I told you I'm a vibrational sound therapist as well. And you know, a sound bath. A sound bath works on a certain frequency, right? And it can move energy, absolutely. But when you put the bows, and this is what I use these bows over here for, you put them actually on the body.
Oh my gosh.
They penetrate, they go deeper. So again, a different frequency. So just it reminded me of Reiki hands on, hands off. And so if you use the combination of the two together.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
Juanita, if I come here and I get Reiki and the bowl on me, I'm staying the night. I'm just telling you right now.
And 9 out of 10 people go to sleep. So that
I'm just telling you up front. So
Exactly.
I want to bring my little sleeping bag and you come get me tomorrow. Whoa.
Yes.
Oh my. You know, I've been in sound bowl healing sessions before, and you know the person who's doing it are usually like at the front of the room, and the vibration is so strong. So to have it on you, oh my gosh!
Yes.
Wow.
And that is just a great way to move energy. Great way to move energy. Yeah.
Can you even go into, because some people don't even know what it is, you know, that it exists, sound bowl healing. They have no idea like what it is.
And let me just grab a bowl so you can see. So this is just one of many bowls, and they have different frequency. This one happens to be a ZT 900 frequency. And so what I do, and this is a piece of rubber, I would put it on the body, and then I'd put the bowl on the person. Now in this instance, I'm going to hold it because I don't want it to fall.
Okay,
You can
should I hold it?
No, I got it. And so I'm going to use this mallet to reverberate the sound. So you can see what that feels like. So just imagine that one whole side of your body is getting that treatment, and it's just going through your body. Exactly. Exactly.
Put me on the counter.
Exactly. So this is why I love sound therapy, because you can get to things like, so with Reiki, I've been able to detect so many things. Like I've detected breast cancer before. I've detected hernias. I detected a few different things, not knowing what it was, just knowing that it was a blockage, and then tell them, you know, it feels very heavy, maybe you want to get it checked out. And so in the end, that's what it was. But in those instances, I did use sound on that, and I want to believe that that sound helped them somewhat, right? So yeah,
Wow.
I love sound, and it's so funny to think about sound. I know it's me and my stories. I have so many
No,
stories.
please, I love it.
So I've always been a big girl, and so as a child, something in my mind told me, big black women sing. And so that's what you're going to do in life. So I thought that was what I was going to do. And so what happened is that right after I finished high school, I went right on to Pace University. I'm like, I'm going to study song. That's it. Let's just do this because I'm going to be a singer. Well, I have a bad ear, and I can hear a tone, but I can't hold a tone, hearing it and repeating it. But I still love to sing, and I still sing. But I put, when I say thousands and thousands of dollars into my voice and still don't have a voice. And I get that. So, and this is back in my 20s. So in my 40s, when the university's like, oh, you're gonna study sound. I'm like, please, get out of here. Are you kidding me? And so for 5 years, I was just like, no way. And then, so finally, I went to the class, and it was a 6-day class. Girl. So first of all, my vibration is so high. Like when I was doing Reiki, when I was learning Reiki, and every time I would touch somebody, they would like sort of fall asleep. And it was so hard for them to get me to go to sleep, and I'm just like, I don't, whatever. But as soon as they put that bowl on me, and after the third strike, girl,
Done.
Girl, I was out, and I was just like, there's something to this. And still I don't necessarily hear the tone. I go with intuition. Everything is intuition with me. And just let it ride. And oh my gosh, like it absolutely changed my life.
Wow.
So
Oh my goodness.
sound therapy. I'm like, the universe having a funny with me now. And the universe is funny too. Oh my gosh. I'm like, come on, you know better. We did this already.
I was gonna say that with the kids say spin the block, so you're gonna spin that block right back on that and look at
and here we are.
Yep.
And that's what I'm talking about, moving in faith. Moving in faith. Because I'm just like, no way. And we talking about $3,000 for this class, and I'm just like, seriously? Seriously? Girl, it's the best $3,000 I ever spent.
Wow. Oh my goodness, Juanita. Oh my God, you have so many
I have stories.
jewels, like literally, figuratively, like this is like awesome. This is awesome. Now, you know, we're in February, you know, Black History Month.
Yes.
You know, for me, you know, I'm in a space where I'm like, all right, you know, I remember being in first, second grade, and they had the Black History, you know, little banner around the room, and I feel like we've been talking about the same things for so long.
Right.
And so I'm in a space where I'm like, let's talk about Black future. Let's talk about how Black people are, you know, into like clean living, recycling, sustainability, wellness, like those areas that we consider to be white. No, that's for us.
That's for us.
That's for us.
It was always for us.
It was always for us, and we were doing it.
Thank you. And
we were
they took it from us, and so we didn't know it was ours.
Okay.
And so now we're just reclaiming it.
We're reclaiming it. Oh my goodness.
I was one of the first Black Reiki practitioners. I mean, every time I would tell people, and we're talking 20 years now, every time I would tell people that I do Reiki, they're like, what's that? Oh my God. The whole voodoo doodoo world is like, excuse me, and now it's totally different. And I love that it takes us time to get it, but now we're getting it. And I'm just like, here, take it. I love it. I love it.
Like you said, we're reclaiming it. It's a part of who we are in here. We just have to see it.
Always. And that's exactly how I teach. Like, you have this energy from day one out of the canal. In the canal, you have the energy. So you just need to come out here, and we need to show you how to use that energy.
That's right.
That's all. And what it is now is that they got us so disconnected from it that we forget. But then once we get our hands back in there, we're just like, oh, I feel that. That feels familiar. It's just like, okay, exactly. So when you're tired, the first thing you do is you put your hands on your hips.
Ooh, don't even. Ooh,
girl, that is exactly how you soothe yourself. You know, to build up your energy, because our kidneys don't have a way to flush themselves. You're doing it already. It's inbred. It's in there. It's so many things. You get frightened. soothing again. The nurturing pole.
That's
Like
right.
there's so much that
That's
we
right.
do that we don't understand what we're doing, and somebody needs to explain it.
Yeah. You explain it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, we, you know, as a social worker / therapist, like, you know, I do a lot of studying and reading, and I came across this book called The Body Keeps Score.
Girl,
you know
the body keeps score. I read during my my time in school too. Yes, it is so true.
And we talk about, you know, he's talking about it more in the sense of like trauma, but it's also in the sense of like our gifts and who we really are. Like our body tells us, we just don't know what it's saying.
We don't know how to listen.
Right.
And that's the key for me. Right. I think my spiritual journey has been about learning how to listen. Learning how to listen. Once I understood my voice and the universe voice, then
oh my goodness.
Then it's easier to move in that
phase.
That's
right. That's right. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
We're gonna be here forever. So speaking of our people and Black History Month, and you know, looking into the future for us, like, where do you see like the future of Black self-care going? Like, and do you think? I mean, I'm sure the answer is yes, but you know, how important do you feel that self-care is, like specifically to Black people?
Girl, so I think that is of the utmost importance to us because we have more trauma than anybody ever, and I said anybody ever, and so we have so much to heal because we're still carrying ancestral stuff that we got to work out. Right? And then when you work out the ancestral stuff, then you deal with your stuff, right? And just because you deal with it one time doesn't mean it's gone. You got to get rid of it completely. And that's work that may not happen in this lifetime. But the more you do now, the less you do later.
That part, because we're healing our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, you know, we talk about generational trauma, but it is real.
It is so real. It is so real. Like, I know, I can feel the difference when it's about me and when it's not. And sometimes the stuff that's about you takes a back seat.
That's right.
Because you got to deal with that other stuff to get to that stuff about you. And yeah, it doesn't sound like something that's fair, but it's just what it is.
It is what it is. It is what it is. And we are tasked, you know, to be the change makers in our lineage.
Thank you. And that's what I recognize is happening now. Like, this is what's happening now.
Right.
So this next generation is going to be fire.
Oh my goodness.
And more fire. What?
You know what, the kids, I know people complain that like, oh, they're so sensitive. They are very in tune with their emotions. They have the vocabulary. That's the other part.
Oh my God, they do.
We did not have it. We just knew something was off, and you better not say nothing because a kid is to be seen and not heard.
Not her. Girl, let me tell you, that's exactly how I was raised, and so I was determined to raise my son differently. Oh no. Like, and even to today, we talk about everything.
Wow.
Everything. It's so important to have a voice. Like, I mean, you wouldn't even recognize this about me, but when I was young, they used to call me Mumbles because I was in the back and, well, hi, how are you doing, Juanita? I'm good. How are you doing? You know, I didn't want to be seen, didn't want to be heard because that's what my parents were telling me. That's what all the adults around me were telling me. And so when I was in my late 20s, I went to see this reader, and he told me that I'm going to be talking in front of thousands of people. And I said to him directly, "You're a quack," because that's not what's going to happen. Within a year, I had my first business, and he was absolutely right.
Wow.
He was absolutely right. And so I went back and I studied with him.
I know that's right. I know that's right. What? You know what you're talking about.
You know, let's do this. What you know that I don't know? What?
Oh my goodness, that is so important. Like, you know, we've been doing things a certain way for so long that when we go outside of that, it's like, oh, what, you know, again, you're being, you know, not Black, you know, you're being this, you're being that. And it's like, just because we've been doing it so long doesn't mean that it's right. I'm not using the VCR anymore. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with it, but it's not relevant in this time. Everything needs to evolve.
Exactly. And I think that too, that what we didn't know then, you know, to their point is that we didn't know if a person was assimilating or if they were truly advancing.
That's right.
And so when you hear all that, because I heard all the time, oh, you talk white. Excuse me? No, this is a black face. Black words are coming out.
That's right. That's
right. So it's about that, and I think that, you know, our ancestors had a hard time because they were really trying to find something that was theirs. And so to move away from that is so hard. But now we understand this is not who we are. This is what they took from us.
That's right.
And let us be us.
That's right. Ooh, oh my! You speaking though so much. You got my brain going. No, don't be. Because this is excellent. Because like you're hitting on, you know, like right now. I've been doing a lot of discussion, especially with my clients around attachment. And I focus on Black and brown people.
Yes.
So you know, a lot of us don't even know what that means, and we are operating from an abandonment wound, like you said, when you are, you know, being different or talking white, they're really saying, I feel like you're leaving me.
Yes. That's exactly.
You're going to be taken away. And that's our core wound, is being separated from each other.
Exactly.
So, wow.
Absolutely. I absolutely agree. Yeah.
We got to have more talks like this. Yes. We about to get our people together so we can, you know, claim our spot where we're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Where we're supposed to be. Wow. And so let me ask you this. Okay, so you have your businesses. You know, you are out here healing people. You know, people are coming to you for self-care. How do you incorporate self-care as a business owner?
So let me just say this. First, I don't heal anybody.
That part.
That's my truth. I don't heal anybody. I help them on their journey to heal themselves.
That's right.
And so talk about self-care. Oh, this is all about self-care.
That's
like everything that I know, I will share with whomever needs it. That's fine, but I can't do the work for them.
That's right.
I can give them suggestions on what to do, but I can't do the work for them. I can help them move energy. That's the easy part. That's the easy part, but what you're going to fill it up with now that you moved it. Like, and that's where your work comes in. That's where my clients' work come in, I should say. Because once I help you move some stuff out, now what you're going to go home and do is just fill that up.
That's right.
And that's the key point. And that's why self-care is so important. So the more that you pour back into yourself, the less that you have to release.
Wow. Okay. All right.
And again, I share what I've done for myself. I mean, because every day there's something, and so you have to deal with whatever that is. And how do you deal with that? I can't preach to you about something that I don't know. I can't share what I don't know. I can only share what I know, and I know for me, as I release, I gotta fill it up with something good.
That's right.
And so that's why self-care is so very important.
Wow.
And and sometimes, yes, it is a manicure. Sometimes it is a pedicure. Sometimes it's just being home alone. Sometimes your quietness. Sometimes it's a walk in the park. It can look like anything. Don't allow somebody to define what your self-care is.
That's right. And I think we get caught up in that it has to be a certain way. It's literally just being intentional about, like you said, pouring back into yourself.
Exactly. It could be a cup of tea. Girl, I made the best cup of tea the other day. I got this new little filter from Amazon, and I just pour my herbs in and water, and I just and then you can shake it up, and they got a little top, and you can put the herbs on it and have your hot.
That sounds real cute.
Girl, I had 3 cups of tea. It was beautiful.
Wow.
That was my self-care for that day.
The simple things.
Exactly.
The simple things. You know, I always, say to people when they're like, where should I start with self-care? And I always say 60 seconds.
Thank you.
60 seconds. It's about just saying, this is my time. Like, I'm not going to put anybody else here. I'm not going to worry about anything else. I'm just going to take my time, and I'm going to start there. And you can build.
Exactly.
You can build.
It's funny that you say 60 seconds, I say 5 minutes. and specifically for parents of small children, there's at least 5 minutes in the morning when you get up and you go to the bathroom and nobody's there. That time on the toilet, that is your time. Let me tell you, that's how I learned how to meditate on the toilet.
Wow.
So you go there and you have your 5 minutes on the toilet.
Wow. I know that's right.
That's it. Like, you just gotta find a space for you.
I love that. You just gotta find a space for you.
Exactly.
Goodness.
And the bathroom is not a bad place. A lot of good stuff happens in there.
Hey, it better. It's a lot of releasing.
Okay, that's what I'm telling you. You can release and replenish right there, all in one.
So what would you, if you had any, advice for somebody that is thinking about starting their wellness journey, and specifically, because we speaking of, people of color, where should they start? Like, if they've never done Reiki, they have no idea what it is, they are not familiar with crystals and sound bowl healing, where should they start?
So, a couple of things, and I can tell you about what I offer to get people started. So, I have this one class called Getting to Know Your Crystals. 9 out of 10 people have one crystal. Bring that one crystal into the room with me. Let's talk about this crystals. And I can tell you so many things you can do with this one crystal. I'll help you define it, help you decide what you're going to do with it, give you various things you can do with it. That's crystals. That's getting to know you. Then we have Crystals 101. I do a course where I give you like the first 5 or so crystals, and I tell you what you can do with them, and then you go back and you play with them and you decide what you want to do with them. Like, there's always a place to start. And so for Reiki, what I do is called a Reiki share or a Reiki circle. And it's about a half hour to an hour. We come in and I'll tell you about what Reiki is. You'll experience Reiki. You'll tap into your own energy. You'll give yourself a Reiki session before you leave the room. So little stuff like that, again, like, I don't want anybody to ever feel intimidated about self-care, about holistic living. I don't want them to be feel like I don't have anywhere to turn. Like, just ask a question. Absolutely.
Just ask.
Just ask. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly. And for me, I'm always sharing various classes because everything I do, I teach, really. And that includes the artwork and all that stuff too. So, if you look on Instagram, you'll see so many things that are just coming up. I also have a newsletter that I send out too, and you can sign up for that on my website. Yeah.
Awesome. So just start, just ask questions. Juanita is here.
Absolutely.
Where is here? Where can they find you?
So I'm here in South Orange, and I'm not in my office every day, so you will have to make an appointment. My number is 973-327-4859, or you can always look on my website. My website is yourreikirelief.com or NITJUANDESIGNS.com. It leads to the same website.
Nice. Oh, look at you. I know that's right. Either one, you coming to the same place.
Same place. That's it. 'Cause that's where I am.
That's right. That's right.
Where I am. Yeah.
And can they also find you on social media? I know you mentioned
TikTok.
Gosh.
So I'm on TikTok, but I still haven't figured out what to do with that. But you can definitely find me on Instagram. Instagram is my platform. And every Friday night, 7 o'clock during the winter, I am there doing live sales and sharing information. That's a good place to ask questions too, because that way other people will hear the questions and get the answer, and you might be helping somebody. So, like, there's in terms of my lives, you can talk about anything. I don't care what we talk about. Generally, I'm focusing on crystals, but we can talk about anything.
Awesome. I love your lives too.
Oh, thank you.
And you be calling people, hey, I'm like, I feel special.
Oh my God, like, I love it. It's like somebody coming into your living room.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, look who's here. Say hi,
Well, Juanita, thank you so much.
Oh,
thank you for joining us. Juanita is a part of the Brown Self-Care Collective, so you can find her there as well. You can click on her pictures and all that, and it's going to take you to her website and her Instagram. So please hit her up, y'all, and start your journey.
Absolutely. And ask any questions. You can even DM me. It's just between you and I.
All right. Thanks, y'all. Thank you, Juanita.
Thank you so much.
Until next time. Look, I told you we're going to do another part.
Okay. I appreciate you.
Peace out, y'all. Okay. All right, y'all. Juanita about to show me how to play a sound bowl.
Like this?
Yes, I think it might be this size that I have.
Okay, good. So this is even better. It's easier to play with. The smaller it is, the harder it is to play.
Oh.
But they're all playable.
Okay.
So,
I'm struggling with my little bowl.
Do you have a little something like this underneath?
I think so, because I ended up, long story short, I went to Phoenix for my 40th birthday.
Oh, nice.
And I ended up linking up with this sister that did a sound bowl. So, lovely. I'm going to send you her information.
Beautiful.
So I told her, I said, I have this sound bowl, but I don't know how to use it. It's just not, look, it's not playing. It's not playing.
I love it. I love it.
So she showed me, but I'm not going to lie after that.
I know. And that's what happened. It's really, really simple. Let me give you this.
Okay.
And just
bring this a little closer.
Sure. And I do a class on how to
do you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming.
And it's really simple. What I'm going to show you now is a class.
Okay.
It really takes 5 minutes. Just tap it.
Ooh.
And so when you go around the side, you want to go. Let me do when it's flat. You don't want to go on the top because it's going to stop the energy.
Oh.
So you want to do on the side and just go around.
Ooh.
Now you try it.
Oh wow.
Keep going. Okay, so when you tap it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna actually change
Do I
space.
need to loosen my?
Yeah. You're very tight. so try it now from there, and just relax your wrist.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a very like.
Yeah, just tap and go. Point your little pinky. Yeah. Okay. And press a little harder.
Oh.
Tap it again. Press harder. Slow down. Press harder.
Oh, shoot! All right now.
Press
I'm going
harder.
home tonight.
Slow down. Press harder. Tap it.
And I even wonder,
There you go.
can I do
There
it
you go.
counterclockwise?
Yes, you can do it both directions.
Let's see. And you say you did it.
Yep. And once the sound is started, you don't have to stop it. You can just go in the other direction. Yep. And that might feel better on your wrist. And so you're holding your hand very tight. I want you to use your wrist.
Oh, so I'm okay. I see. I'm
'Cause
using
you're like
my
this.
fingers. Okay, I see. I had to do some work on my loosening my wrist up.
And this one, the bigger you get, the more sound you're gonna get.
Oh, sugar.
You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So, I haven't figured out where the body's from yet, but I have to find them because I'm gonna. Actually, I have a few at home that I need to sell. I have to figure out where I put them.
Well, if you have some more of these, 'cause I have that size.
Yeah.
You have some more of this one.
Try that one.
Ooh. It's the XX.
Mm-hmm. Press a little harder. A little harder. You're being shy. Press a little harder. You can't break it. There you go. A little harder. There you go. That's the sound I want. See how it's going up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, move the mallet up a little bit. Yeah. There we go. There we go. Now if you just stop. See how it still just goes and goes.
And you can kind of like pick it up. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. I'm going to have to invest in some multiple sizes.
Exactly. And it does make a difference. It does make a difference.
Thank you. Oh my God, you just like made my day today. I was not even expecting this.
Yeah. I like giving more than you expect. Exceeding